Time now to turn it over to Sean Quinn for our full forecast. Sean.
Hi there, Tracy. Well, looking southeast from Santa Barbara toward Carpinteria, Summerlin, you can love that purple sky as we're starting to see the sun go down, and a little bit of marine layer forming already across the area. And look at the temperature change over just the last day. We saw improvement from very, very hot Friday, Thursday to Saturday, and then even more so today. Look at that. Some areas almost in the double digits there on the drops. So I think very much appreciated. Still slightly above normal for Santa Barbara and as well Santa Maria, but this is huge compared to where it was. I think this, if I remember, I was an 11-degree drop from Saturday to Sunday, so almost back to where you should be for this time of year on both ends, both the lows and the highs. The marine layer, obviously the culprit here to bring down those temperatures. So inland areas, even though you did get improvement, you stayed much above normal, and you'll likely kind of hover there for at least a couple of days, and then we'll likely see, as we head into our 7-day forecast, a big drop for everybody, and maybe even a hint of a sprinkle as we head toward next weekend. Right now 85 in Paso Robles, 60s along the coastline. Gaviota, you're a little bit above, and that means we're probably seeing just a tad bit of an offshore wind. So northwesterly flow, it turns obviously a little bit more out of the north right there, and you get that downslope effect, which also dries you out. So speaking of drying out, everybody is very moist right along the coastline, and that means that marine layer is going to be definitely felt all night long tonight. In fact, in many areas are already starting to see those clouds form. Could settle low to the ground, so watch out for possibly some dense fog down around Point Mugu, back up towards, say, Morro Bay, Los Osos. Those areas where you have a lot of water, the little estuaries, can sort of aggravate, or I should say make it just a little bit more thick right near the water surface, and that of course can impede upon your driving. Quiet in the eastern Pacific Basin. I showed this last night. I'm kind of a junkie for these things. I really enjoy watching the mechanics behind hurricanes, and this has been a hurricane season, or at least a tropical season, that is probably going to go in the record books. This little X right here is expected to go to Epsilon, and then if we go to Zeta, which is not that far out of the realm of possibility, we would tie the year of 2005, which has been officially our busiest year ever. Probably going to go beyond that, at least with the numbers we've seen so far, so that is really interesting. Marine there returning, slowly cooling down across the west coast. Not a big cool down, but at least enough that we're not going to be anything like what we saw last week. So near normal conditions right along the coastline, still a little bit above inland, and those little storm systems will continue to roll over the top of us like this. Hopefully we won't see too much in the way of any upcoming Santa Ana winds. In fact, kind of the opposite is expected. As a storm system gets here by next weekend, there's a chance we could see possibly a really deep marine layer, maybe even some measurable sprinkles in and around Southern California, back up into Central California. There's your marine layer the next couple of days, and wind right along the Santa Barbara south coast with that northwesterly flow. May see some gusty conditions here and there. Temperatures for Monday look pretty good. Inland areas still on the warm side, probably a little bit too warm, but look at the beaches really taking down those temperatures. No one's going to complain about that. As we head toward Tuesday, we see a similar pattern, perhaps a little bit of warming along the coast, but inland areas staying about where you were from Monday to Tuesday. So really no complaints. Air quality is improving ever so slowly. It looks like it should stay at least good to moderate for all areas, unless, of course, we get a big wind shift, but we're not expecting that. And there are your temperatures for your particular area on our Monday as we start to eyeball the second half, if you can believe it, of October. Will be a little closer to normal. Some areas still slightly above. The beaches probably the best chance for getting near that normal range. Inland areas being a little bit less under the ocean influence, so you'll be just a little bit warmer, but not too much of a complaint there in Santa Paula at 82, Camarillo 77, and Oxnard by the beach, high 60s to low 70s. You go out by the National Weather Service off of Rice Avenue, and you'll be up into those 70s. Swell out there is still coming out of the southwest from a southern hemisphere swell, a couple of them, and there is our 7-day forecast. Looks pretty good as we go through the period. Possibly by next weekend we could see a slight sprinkle, a measurable amount of rain in the form of probably just glorified drizzle, but you know what, we'll go ahead and take it. We're going to stop on Santa Maria, and then we're going to send it to break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right. The Dodgers playing the 7th and final game of their National League Championship Series with Atlanta. The winner goes to the World Series. Right now, the Dodgers trail 2-0 to the Braves in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You can watch the game live on Fox 11. NFL superstar quarterbacks squared off as future Hall of Famers Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady share the same field. Green Bay battled Tampa Bay, but Rodgers struggled. He throws a pick six early in the 2nd quarter that seemed to turn the whole game around for the Buccaneers. Rodgers, no touchdown passes today, 2 interceptions. Meantime, the 43-year-old Brady tossed 2 touchdown passes, no picks. Tampa Bay routs Green Bay 38-10. It's the Packers' first loss in 5 games this year. The Pittsburgh Steelers remain undefeated. They crushed the Cleveland Browns. Ben Roethlisberger's lone touchdown pass was a 28-yarder to James Washington. Steelers rushed for 3 TDs. They win big, 38-7. Pittsburgh is 5-0 for just the 2nd time in franchise history. To New England, where Cam Newton and the Patriots were upset by Denver, even though the Broncos didn't score a single touchdown. Brandon McManus booted 6 field goals for the Broncos, including this 54-yarder to put Denver up 18-3 late in the 3rd quarter. Pats rallied, down 6 now with a minute to go, 4th and 10. Newton's pass nowhere close. New England loses 18-12. They're under 500 after 5 games for the first time since 2002. Rams and 49ers are playing tonight. Right now it's 14-6 San Francisco early in the 2nd quarter. Jimmy Garoppolo with 2 touchdown passes. The 61st Santa Barbara City Golf Championship was decided in a playoff. 2008 winner Brandon Gama could have won this year's tournament right here if this birdie on 18 would have dropped in. Instead, the Bishop Diego High School alum settles for par to get to 3 under par for the tournament. Former San Marcos High School star Thayer White gets par on 18 to force a playoff with Gama. White would birdie the 2nd playoff hole to capture his first Santa Barbara City Championship. Congratulations. Santa Maria Raceway staged the Western Racing Association's Test and Tune Playday this weekend. Although fans were not allowed due to COVID-19, there were about 25 cars from all over the West on the track in what they call the Moving Museum. They didn't get to race, but they had plenty of fun out there. The oldest driver was 93-year-old Gene Winfield. Chip Foose from the TV show Overhauling was also there. NASCAR's Hollywood Casino 400. It's a round of 8 at Kansas, lap 199, and Kurt Busch, one of the 8 playoff drivers, his engine blows. That's going to hurt his championship chances. Joey Logano gets out in front of Kevin Harvick off pit road, and Harvick could never quite chase Logano down. Joey Logano takes the checkered flag, and he books his spot in the Championship 4, which is next month in Phoenix. And back to last night, where there was a stunner in boxing from Las Vegas. 23-year-old Teofimo Lopez in the gray shorts upset the 4-1 favorite Vasily Lomachenko by unanimous decision to capture the undisputed lightweight championship. Lopez now has all 4 championship belts in the lightweight division. That's sports. We'll be right back.
but because the lamestream media is reporting that we test more and therefore we have